Whatever.
I had to reset.
Let's see, we need to make some adjustments here. Get us on the same level. Still going with that hair, huh?
It's just,
it works for you.
It's not like it's a stylistic preference. It's a laziness, or not a laziness. It's a lack of time.
Well, if we had some, that's what. Remember when we first started this? I was like trying to get AI to make us cartoon characters, and it kept making us like anime.
Yeah.
So if we were able to get
super old and cracked out looking,
but if we can do better ones, your hair is like iconic.
Is it? Okay, iconic.
I think your hair is cool. Mine's you're more gray than I am at this point.
Really?
I can't say that about many people our age, actually.
Yeah.
You also just have it grown out more.
It's pretty gray for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we can jump right into it.
Yeah, you had an idea.
I had a plan, kind of a strategy for our episode. We discussed Katy Perry's new allegations.
Right.
You saw that, right?
To Ruby Rose, was that her name?
Ruby Rose, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently she sexually assaulted Ruby Rose, so she claims.
It's actually interesting to see celebrity on celebrity do that, or come out with that.
Katy Perry's under investigation by Australian police over Ruby Rose sexual assault.
Oh, cool. What's Australian police going to do?
Yeah, probably nothing. She accused her of rubbing her pussy in her face, right?
Yeah.
What a weird thing to do if that is actually true. That's a very bizarre thing to do to somebody.
Kind of funny. I don't know. It's funny to have like, it's not funny, but for women, like grown ass women to come out, like you don't hear a lot of like celebrity guys being like, oh, this lady, she molested me or sexually assaulted me.
Like ladies sexually assaulting them?
Assaulting men, yeah. Celebrity ones.
No.
And then to see two female celebrities having accusations like that is really interesting to me.
It is interesting. I have seen clips of Justin Bieber getting kind of weirdly assaulted by women when he was
a
kid. Did you see those clips? Like, I think Pink was one of them.
Super weirded me out.
Like, I don't remember specifically what she did, but it was like pretty creepy. If a guy did
that
to an underage girl.
Men too.
Like, did he? Apparently raped
No, I
him.
think like talk show host men, I think, was part of that. I thought I saw
someone's like, he just smells weird, like, so good. Stuff. Like, smell him, and he's like,
yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah.
Dude, poor Justin Bieber, actually. But
well, apparently, where did he just play at? Coachella,
yeah.
And he just did a huge show. So yeah, made a ton of money.
Yeah, so it sounds like he did this thing where he put up like the videos of his old songs and he sang along with his younger self.
That's pretty cool, I think.
I thought it was pretty cool. And then and all I've heard is good things about it. And then I saw this article.
Except for the news. Yeah.
The news article is like worst performance ever, and it's like, that's not what I'm hearing.
The news does that though. The news picks on people and like makes shit out of nothing I feel like all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, word on the street is totally different, but it seems like you're pushing this story, trying to make this a thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, so that is a good example of it. It's like, what? And I've heard nobody complain. All people seem aligned in the understanding that it was like an artistic decision, but they're trying to make this thing out of it where they're like, he was being cheap and fans feel ripped off and blah. Oh, this is what they're doing it with also. Did you watch the show Euphoria, or have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's really like pretty like not safe for work.
Yeah, it's like super overly sexual, right?
It's really sexual, but it's also more than just sexual. It's like drugs. It's like, it's just like, I don't know what word you would use for it. It's explicit in all regions of the show. So it's hard to fault it for being overly sexual because it's also everything else at the same time. But they're trying to make it a thing right now where they're saying like fans are tuning out, fans are turning it off, fans are blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't see that. I just watched the newest episode and it's nothing different than prior episodes that I've seen. It's not more explicit or anything like that. It just seems like there's this campaign to like try to
Interesting.
do damage to it. I
Is
don't know.
it like where are you seeing these things?
It's popping up all over my Facebook's wall or whatever you call it,
Well,
the feed.
obviously, like when you pay enough attention to one, you start seeing a lot of them too. But
Yeah, I don't. I didn't know I was paying attention to it, but that's kind of how it's kind of weird how Facebook works, where you don't think you're
man,
looking at something, but
yes,
it's like, oh yeah, I got you. You stop for a
yeah,
second on it.
you look for a whole second, and then it's crazy because when you just I'll look at something and then I'll like get distracted and I'll just have my phone open and there's a Facebook article and then I start seeing all like everything for that and I was like I had absolute zero interest in this.
You want to know what's funny? I watched a couple videos of the figure skater Alyssa Liu, and then my feed got like fucking swamped with Alyssa Liu videos, which I'm not mad about it. I like her. She's cool,
No, it's
but
funny though.
it's like I'm
I
not
like I
that
enjoyed
into
it.
it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for a minute and then I want to move on.
Or maybe I do love it a lot. Maybe Facebook knows me better than I know myself. I didn't think I was
I
paying
doubt
that
it.
much attention to Alyssa Liu, though. It's
I
like,
don't
no,
think
you're
so.
into her, and
Yeah,
she's having her
she's like,
iconic moment, and you're part of it.
yeah, and she's
Yeah.
paying Facebook to push out these videos.
No.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Anyway, let's
easy
get
like.
back to the subject at
That's not
hand because
Alyssa
I feel like
Liu. She's yeah.
you're like I know her very well now.
Yeah. She's not like that. Don't talk about my girl
And
like that.
she would never put her pussy in Ruby Rose's face.
Yeah, bringing it back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but Katy Perry's been I feel like she's been weird for a long time. I feel like there's a lot of
Oh
examples of
yeah,
Katy Perry
she's a
just being
weirdo.
like you're like, "What is this girl's problem?" Like since she
Yeah.
started. I mean, first off, Russell Brand, she was with Russell Brand for a while. When he was in his heyday of being a
Yeah.
psycho. So
Yeah.
right
He's calmed
there,
down a bit.
that's a red flag right off the bat.
Yeah. And
And
now
I've
with
just seen her being
Justin Trudeau.
extra. Oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't even going to mention that, but yes. Um, but what show is she on? The Voice,
Yeah. X Factor, The Voice. I think it's The
X
Voice.
Fact, one of those. And I remember seeing her, and she's always seems like she's in competition to get like the most attention when it's her turn to say. Like she'll be like the one who's crying, like ah, like
Oh, American
just
Idol. We're
calm
stupid.
down, girl. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's how she became famous, I guess.
And she just seems notoriously low IQ. Like remember when she went to space and then shit just like everything that you
Oh
see
my
about her is
God.
just
Yeah.
like
Now she's
this
an
girl is
astronaut.
like
Yeah.
low
Those
IQ.
memes were gold.
Yeah. So anyways, then she gets in trouble for rubbing her stinky pussy on Ruby Rose's face and then Ruby Rose said she puked like directly after like puked on her pussy or whatever.
Isn't
That's
Ruby
really
Rose
gross
even
scene.
lesbian too?
She's a lesbian, but that's not it doesn't matter. You don't
No,
want
no,
that shit.
but if you're like a straight girl, of course, that makes a lot of sense. But that's that. What I mean is that says a lot about Katy Perry. It's
Says
hygiene.
a lot about her pussy. Yeah, it's probably like running around all day and not shower. Ugh, I can't even imagine. It's
Trying
disgusting.
to remember what I first saw Ruby Rose in. Oh, Orange is the New Black. That's what it was.
And I never cared for her either. Just putting that out there. I don't like
Yeah,
any
it
of
doesn't
them.
matter.
It's a bunch of retards arguing and pointing fingers at each other. But the fact that Katy Perry's a woman and she's getting in trouble for being nasty and sexually nasty to other people,
Mhm.
I just felt like that was a topic worth discussing because women seem to get away with a lot more than men do.
That's because men don't complain as much.
Right. I wanted to crack this egg wide open because I feel like there's like this
Yeah.
whole underbelly of,
Hmm.
women deviousness that doesn't really get discussed very much. Or if it does, it's done in a lighthearted way. Like all those
Well,
teachers that sexually
I
assault the
was gonna.
boys. And it's
Yeah, I was
like
gonna because you said that.
they're always super cute teachers too, and you're like, oh, come on.
Well, I
Give
couldn't
her
have
a
been me.
break. Yeah. Or like she was having a hard time. Just cut her some slack. She didn't hurt
Like
him.
being a teacher's a hard job.
Being yeah. And it's just I think there's also just if you want to talk about why that happens, rape by a man, because it's technically rape, right? I mean, it's technically
Yeah.
rape, and
Yes.
rape by a man or underage sex, like sex with a minor, which would be like a male teacher doing it. Penetration is different than I think it. I just think psychologically people have a different view of insertion versus like opening and like being a receiving.
That's an interesting point. I wonder what a woman would say right
Well,
now to that.
there's probably more to it than that. That's just the most simplified version because I don't think that they'd be too like receptive to a like a gay teacher like getting butt sex from a minor. I think people
Right,
would be
right.
super freaked out about that. But just the feminine versus the masculine, like the feminine's more like it's like delicate. You can't really imagine a woman like pinning a dude down and being like, like what a guy
Yeah,
might
yeah.
do to a
Right.
dominating, I guess you would
Yeah.
say. It's not a dominating act.
Because it's
You
even
you
more
imagine it's
painful
voluntary.
then, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, I'm sorry if this is offensive, but I can't imagine that those underage boys were in that much distress when it was happening.
Right. Agreed. Yeah.
I imagine that for them it was like, and even if they look back and they're like, that was kind of fucked up there, but they're not going to be like,
Traumatized.
agoraphobic after that and like, oh, I can't even face
Well,
the world anymore because my
I don't
teacher
know.
fucked me.
Have you seen? Well, no, it's a little bit different. But have you
I
seen
might be
That's My
wrong.
Boy?
Maybe not. Yeah, I love that movie.
It's so good.
It's such a shitty but good movie.
Yeah. But then
Underrated.
the child was the one that seemed to suffer. Definitely not the underage kid.
Right. And that's totally like realistic and how it would go down in real life, right?
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
totally use that as a real life example for
Uh,
um no, but so yeah, I just don't think even if the women are like and also fucked up women I feel like get more of a hall pass than fucked up guys do. Maybe for good reason. But if a woman's
that's why
having
it'd
a
be
hard
interesting to
time or a
have a woman's
basket case,
perspective on this.
maybe it'd be interesting. Maybe it'd be fucking
Well,
annoying.
which is could also be interesting to other
Maybe we
people.
should invite a woman on and just berate her.
It would
Um,
be interesting just because it's like, what do you see? Like when you and I see a gym teacher get accused of this stuff, we're like, yeah, that's fucking nasty,
a gym teacher,
right?
like a man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, a male. Whoa, that was very sexist of me. A
It
woman
was
can
super
be,
sexist. I was like, where's he going with
but
this?
you
Like a
also
woman gym
understood.
teacher?
So,
Oh, I
yeah. No,
kind of, because
sorry.
I realized
When
you were so
I
sexist.
was
I was
trying to
like,
go
oh, I
down
see what you're
when
saying.
you see a male gym teacher go and get accused or prosecuted for this stuff, we all agree it's super fucked up. But when you and I see these clips of these like really
Fine ass
pretty
bitches.
fine teachers, these poor teenage boys were like, okay,
These poor teenage
these
boys.
poor guys. But
Oh,
so,
these
what does a
poor
woman see
guys.
when she sees a a female teacher
They see
abuse,
a
sexually
woman
abuse?
who's they
So,
see a woman who's in a position of power taking advantage. They got to know the boy's stupid. That's where they're taking advantage. Even the teacher has to know
oh
that
my gosh, yeah. The
intellectually and
boy's gonna give
mentally.
in. Yeah.
Well, he's just intellectually like women our age or older, our age or even younger, often treat us like we're stupid, and we might be older than them. So
That's very
when
true.
they're talking to a boy who's 16 years old, they're aware of the maturity difference. Women are always talking about the how men mature slower and how they need to get an
Mhm.
older man and things. So if she's going for a younger boy, it's because he's easy prey. She is preying upon him in a way. Or she's so fucked up that she thinks that they're soulmates. I guess that is, you hear that too. They do claim
Yeah,
that.
you see that both ways for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
But
just spouting.
it's yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know. I don't so you had said that you had similar, not similar, but you've had some
Not hot ones,
yeah.
unfortunately. Well, I've had women do weird shit to me. I don't even man, I just imagine my mom listening to this and I'm like, she won't, but if she did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember when I think about that and I think about women being nasty in my life, like times women I've times that I've thought about women and thought, "You're a gross bitch." Times I've thought that would be I was giving a girl a piggyback ride in high school, and we were all like drinking and stuff, and she asked for a piggyback ride. I started giving her a piggyback ride, and I felt this grinding on my back, and I heard and I looked up and I thought, no, this bitch is like she's humping my back, and she was. So I was like, that's gross, and I did not like. I didn't fucking sign up for that, you know.
Who? You have to tell me who that
I am
was.
not saying names. This
No,
is
not online.
far too close to home.
No, not
So
online.
that's
Not online.
happened. I've had girls like, but I thought it was funny after the fact. I had a girl in college who smacked my butt after she actually pretty much forced me to like have sex with her. I can't believe I'm talking about this. I uh
Can't believe
I
you
was
said you
trying
were forced to do it.
I was essentially, and this is gonna make me sound worse than her because it's like, why didn't you just voluntarily do it? Because I was like trying to hook her up with my friend. That's the whole pretenses on which I was inviting her to hang out. Because my friend was like, "There's this girl, and I think she's so pretty," and blah blah blah. I was like, "Cool, I am like good at being a homie," so I went out of my way to like involve her in a college project we were working on, and she like she willingly like was like, "That sounds great," and showed up. But when she showed up at my dorm, she was obviously ready to party, and then everybody started drinking, and then pretty soon she's wearing my hat around, and I was like, "Give me my fucking hat back. I didn't say you could wear my hat." And then she asked me to walk with her to her car, and I think at that point I was like kind of I would be lying if I said I wasn't kind of like seeing where the road was leading to. So I'll walk
Yeah.
with you to your car because I was drunk. And then at that point, things start appearing as flashes because I'm drunk, and I just remember us standing outside of my dorm, like "Blah, blah, 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 blah," making out, and I'm like, wait, we can't do this, we can't do this. I was like, I
I
wanted
just
you to
want to
hang out
take
with
it
my
slow.
friend. It's like I wanted you to hang out with my friend, and I think in a weird way that girls are like certain type of girls. They're more if you do that, you inadvertently put the bullseye on yourself because like, well, I don't like to be told what to do, and I want to pick who, and so I'm picking you. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And also, like the charisma that I had talking to her was like bolstered by the fact that I wasn't in it for myself, so I was more outgoing and gregarious than I normally am because I was like I wasn't trying to do it for myself, so I was being more attractive, I think, because I wasn't like being you know into it. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah,
Yeah. Because you weren't into it. You were the
things
one
led
that looked like it was playing. You were like you were playing hard to get.
Yes, and then I was finally like, this is stupid, and then I went to bed, and then she, like, followed me into my little sleeping zone, and then I was like, "You go back out there." And she's like, "Just let me sleep next to you." And I was like and then you can imagine what happened. But anyways, wow, I just told that whole story, but it wasn't I was like not I was like, "No, no,
That's
no,"
funny. Yeah. No did not
and
mean no.
no, she was
So
like
there's that. Yeah.
very like Katy Perry,
Let me put
in
it
a
in your
way.
face. Uh,
Yeah, and then I saw her later on in the library at school. It was real weird. And then when I walked by, she's like, "Wha-pow!" Smacked my butt. I was like, "What the hell?"
possession.
Very sexually aggressive. So
Interesting.
yeah,
I've
that's one of my
never
stories.
had anything quite like that happen, except for the only thing I could really think of was I was pretty much the only white guy at a Genuine concert. And
I
I
can
keep
imagine getting
feeling
sexually assaulted at a Genuine concert.
yeah, just Genuine, right? Everyone's feeling,
I mean,
and
yeah,
I'm like
girls go there for
I'm
they're
like
already
feeling
horny.
like my butt getting rubbed and touched, and I look around and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I turn around and there's just like this Asian girl, wasn't even black.
Asian.
It, it was Asian. And she's just like pinch, 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 and like
She
trying to
was
grab me.
pinching
And I was
it.
like, whoa, no, 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 no.
Was she cute?
I think so.
Then why weren't you into it?
Come on, buddy. At the time,
Oh, I didn't know you were married at the time.
it was my first marriage.
Okay.
So it was a long
I
time
see.
ago. Things we don't bring up. No, I'm joking.
Fair enough. You were married and you were getting your
Mhm.
butt pinched. The other that I can remember that was really gross was a lady who I worked with at FedEx, and she was fucking nasty. And there was multiple instances. First off, I just started hearing around that she was talking about me in a sexual way because I was young and I was working out a lot at that time. Well, it was like 23-ish, and she was telling other people about me, saying weird shit. And then I remember I was picking up boxes and I turned around and she was standing behind me making a show out of it, like staring at my ass. And then when I turned around, she's like, like just laughed about it. And she's this big
Weird.
fat old lady. Yeah. And then another time she made some lewd joke about me, and I was like pretty shy. I was like, I can imagine what women feel like when they're in that situation with a bunch of dudes, because that's how I felt. I was like, I came here to work. I don't know any of you, and I'm trying to like just like find my footing here, and I'm getting weird sexual shit, and it was really like like destabilizing. And so anyways, somebody made some joke about her like bobbing up and down on my dick or something like that, like actually said that, like her
Weird.
bouncing on your dick, and then she like made a joke into that, and I was like just like blushing and just mortified, and I felt very objectified at that moment.
And what, I'm
And
assuming she wasn't cute since you.
no, I said that like five. She's fucking gross. She's
Oh yeah,
fat
you just.
and old and loud and had a smoker's. She was disgusting.
Oh, weird.
And yeah, it was nasty, dude. I was like, that was the time that I remember thinking, I feel bad for women who have to deal with this kind of shit.
That's actually made me think of something else. Or actually made me think of two things. One, when I was trying to move to Washington, I was selling a bunch of stuff. So I was trying to sell my old Xbox, and I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. Couple of feelers here and there, not a lot of commitment. And one lady's like, "Hey, can well, this is how it is these days." She's like,
No, I'm just
"Can
waiting to
you
see
meet
how
me?"
this leads to sexual harassment. Go ahead.
She goes, "Can you meet me at Fred Meyer on God, what was it? Northern Lights or something?"
Doesn't matter.
No,
Go on.
Old Seward, whatever it was, doesn't matter. Um, and she's like, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can meet you there." And then a little bit later, she goes, "Can you negotiate the price?" And I was like, "Well, what are you thinking?" She goes, "How about some bomb sloppy head?" Because she's trying to get it for her son.
Wasn't a
I
joke.
was like, "No, dude." I said, "No, I'm good. Like, I don't think I want that." And she was also
Bomb
gross.
sloppy head.
Bomb sloppy
You
head.
remember the specific verbiage. That's what she said.
That is
Bomb
it. That
sloppy
is
head. Yeah, if
for
any
there
girl
for
says
sure.
bomb sloppy head, I'm pretty sure I don't want none of that.
Yeah, agreed.
That's
Yeah,
gross.
yeah,
Where did you
yep.
learn that? Where did you learn those words? From one
Uh,
of the other guys that you did it to. And he said, "That was some bomb sloppy head you just gave me." And she was like, "Ooh, I like that. I'm
you're
gonna start saying
absolutely right.
that's my new sales tactic." Women don't
That's
think of shit like that.
that's a
Tyrone thinks
good
of
point.
shit like that. That's not
Oh man, that's great. There's our magic clip right there. That's funny as shit. Uh,
That's true shit too. You made a while. Your
yeah.
instincts kicked in. You knew. You're like bomb sloppy head. Hell no.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Girls are supposed to be
Uh,
coy with it. That's why. That's why we like them. Because
yeah,
they're like,
yeah. Those are the
you
ones you
know,
marry, dude.
yeah, or the ones that you just like to have sex with too. Even if you don't marry them, the ones that are
Or
more
whatever,
like
they're the ones you'd rather be,
that
yeah,
you're
you're attracted
attracted to.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not
I
attracted
mean,
to somebody that just throws around terms like bomb sloppy
bomb
head.
sloppy head.
Yeah.
Ah.
So what's going to be the name of this episode?
Oh, we can't. Should we name it Bomb Sloppy Head? That could be a
Yeah, we should.
reference to my hair right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See what
My
video
new
you can get
nickname is
produced.
Bomb Sloppy Head right here.
That's fantastic. But then on
Um,
a more serious note, it made me think, I don't even have one of mine. The move. Wait, do I have any in here? I don't think so. All right. Well, anyway, my other thought was, like, imagine like a guy in his, just say he's like mid 50s, and he's like a cashier at Safeway,
all
and
right. Wait. Am I actually imagining, or are you actually talking about someone specifically? Are you actually
uh,
like creating a scenario right
I'm
now?
creating a scenario.
Okay, I'm imagining I'm 50 years old and I'm a cashier at Safeway. Continue.
55. And
55. Can he be
then
56?
yeah, sure, whatever you're
All right. All
feeling.
right. All right. All right.
And then like a 30-year-old like pretty woman comes up and he goes, "You have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen." Like, and does anybody ever tell you that? Like what is like what's the girl's thought? Is she creeped out or is she flattered?
I think it depends on how he says it.
So
And it depends on if he's a rat looking motherfucker or if he
that's
looks like
true.
he pulled game back in his day. Because some of those old
Yeah.
guys are fucking suave as hell, and they
But
say
my
it
point
like a
is,
guy who's like stabled a lot of chicks already. So
sure.
he's not like he's like I'm not trying to fuck you, but if I were younger, I'd be trying to fuck you. And they're
But
like,
here, okay.
you're so sweet.
So maybe, but also a woman is probably going to be more likely to be like later down the road complain about it on Facebook or something. Uh like she was like, this person just, was made me feel uncomfortable and da da da, then he's gonna get fired. Right. So and then 2 days, 3 days ago for me, this scenario happened for me, but flip flop. 55-year-old lady, set between 55 and 60, maybe 56. And and she goes, "You have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. Do you hear that a lot?" And I said, "No." I was like, I don't hear that very
She's like,
often.
I'm trying to fuck you.
No, but in my end, I'm like, oh, that's a nice, sweet old lady who's being friendly and good at her job, and I'm not going to go on Facebook and complain about it.
Old ladies get horny sometimes. They get a little presumptuous with their complimenting sometimes.
I think they're
Old
also
people in
better
general.
at it, though. Sometimes men are just too aggressive about it.
Yeah, there's those old guys though. I think to get away with. I think. Let me say this. I think a lot of women like to be complimented,
Yeah.
and I don't see a world in which a lot of women complain about receiving compliments unless they already have some kind of a vendetta against the person and they're using it as a weapon tactic. Like if you built up a reputation of being a creep, then your compliment's going to hit different than, like I say, some old guy at Home Depot or something that's like, ma'am, you're just as pretty as a, meh, 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 meh. And she's going to be like, thank you
Pretty
so
as a
much.
peach on a Georgia Sunday, something like
Pretty as a
that.
canned peach on a, um,
But
yeah,
that's nice and sweet. But if he's like, "You're sexy
keeps
as fuck,"
following.
and then there's a
I bet
a
your
presentation about
pussy
it. I
super
think.
moist, girl. Bet you give that sloppy bomb sloppy head.
Bombs on the head.
Yeah, there's a presentation, exactly. There's a way in which you genuinely just mean it as a compliment.
And
Look,
I think
I've seen girls that look good and you want to compliment them because you know they put effort into their appearance. It's not for you. You're not looking for anything.
right, yeah, yep,
You just want
that's
to
a good
tell
point.
them because sometimes, you put a lot of work into your look and then you can see that they're feeling insecure for whatever reason and you want to just be like, "You know what? I see that you put in effort today. You look really pretty. Your
Today.
hair looks nice." Or
Today.
your nails are cute or something like that. Just say something, just something. So I've told a girl her nails look nice because they did look nice. And it's like, obviously, if you painted your nails up like that, you think they look nice too. And you probably would like that someone noticed that they look nice. As long
Yeah.
as I'm not like, as long as you're not like fishing with it, like just
It's like
lingering afterwards, you know?
when you notice that a woman got her hair done and you tell her like, "Your hair looks great." And they're like, "Oh my god, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I just got it done."
Exactly. Exactly. It can be compliments not even with based on appearance. It can be compliments about anything. I complimented one of the women I work with the other day about the effort that she put into the work that she was doing. I was like, "I'm recognizing you for your effort."
Your
And she
hard
looked at
work and
me
dedication, yeah.
and her eyes looked, she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, you're doing a really good job. I hope the people that
Everybody
you
likes
work
to hear
for."
that.
Yeah, I hope that, yeah, I say it
Yeah.
to guys too. I hope the people that you
Oh, of
work with
course, yeah.
recognize how you know, anyways, we're moving away
Everyone should
from
read our
our,
DMs, what you say to me.
yeah,
Call
we're
me
moving
gay.
away from, I do call you gay. We're moving away from our stated goal
Topic,
here, which
yeah.
is women who are sexual assaulters. So, yeah, back to that. Because we know, I think what we kind of are have done is established that there is a difference. So for maybe for
There's definitely a
women,
difference.
maybe for women though, some women, not all, you can't make a whole blanket statement, but I think intimacy for women is something different than it is for men in a lot of cases.
Yeah, where are
We
you
can talk
going with
about
this as
that.
far as sexual assault goes, though?
I guess I mean like some of those girls when you see their statements in court or after they've been arrested or whatever, like they're like
They talk about it
they
being in a relationship and liking that person, or
yeah, they make it like a
yeah,
genuine connection thing where it was like they were feeling for men, if a man has I don't even want to talk about this. If a man molests a 14 or 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl, say even, you know why he's doing it. It's
yeah, he's a
because he
pervert.
likes her titties
He has an
or
issue.
whatever.
Yeah,
He likes her body, essentially. And with a woman, teacher lady, who's like working with the kid and all that stuff,
she just might like him.
you assume it's got something in what they say, and I think that women get the benefit of the doubt more often, that there's some kind of an emotional thing going on because, I mean, even in normal relationships, women bond on that kind of emotional level, and a lot of men, when they first are attracted to women, it's like, "Holy shit, she's fucking hot. Look at those
Mhm.
tits. I
Yeah,
wanna
yeah, yeah.
bang her." You know, that's kinda, they hook you with that,
That
and then they get you with the emotions afterwards. But with a woman, she's like, "Who are you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your dreams? What does this
isn't
tattoo
it
mean?" It's like,
it's
"Fucking
still
what do you want from me?"
it's still like a lack of impulse control, though, both sides.
Sure,
Like,
but
'cause
it's
you know
more
it's wrong.
forgivable than a dude who has no intention of maintaining a relation, like a
That's true.
real
Yeah,
relationship on any level. He just
yep.
wants to dump his cum and bounce, basically.
Yeah, that's very true.
And yeah, and is willing to be would prefer if nobody even knows. That's why a lot of those dudes, like, drug the chicks and stuff because he didn't even want her, the girl who he's doing it to know that he did it. If nobody
Oh, yeah.
knows and he can get
That's
away
so
with it,
gross. That's
he'd be
that's
even
a
better off. So it's the ultimate objectification.
it's somehow way worse. I mean, and
It's
I say somehow
purely
because
sexual.
because like, okay, you already kinda said this, like, the boy was probably like, "Yeah, I'm into it." You know, the
Yeah.
young man, you know?
And she wanted it. I'm sure she wanted to talk to him. She's like, "What are you into? What are you doing? What's your who are your friends are like?" And things like that,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
Gross.
Yeah. Man,
We
why do we
didn't
always talk about this shit? This weird
Yeah,
shit.
this is what
This is not
you
what I
wanted
want.
to
It's
talk
not
about.
necessarily I didn't wanna go into the graphic nature of it all, but I wanted to talk about how women can be bad too. That's what I wanted to talk about, and not just sexually, but domestic violence. Women can be
Sure.
violent.
Oh, literally, I don't know if it was today or a little bit ago, but it came out today with a woman stole like a 3-year-old boy at a Walmart and was about to get caught, and she, like, stabbed him in the face, and then she got killed shot and killed. And a
I've
lot of
talked to
times you see,
numerous men who have been assaulted by women, by the
yeah,
girls they're
I just,
with.
yeah, but well, like actual physical assault, not sexual assault.
Yes, physically
Yeah.
hit, beaten,
Yeah. And
uh,
most of us are
mentally
raised to never hit a
abused.
woman.
Yeah, and men don't talk about it because it's one of the archetypes of masculinity to take it on the chin and not say shit, and
I don't know about
to
not say
know
something, but certainly don't retaliate physically.
a lot of men don't say anything because they don't want to
You
tell
mean that?
people
I
they
see what you're
don't
saying. Yeah.
talk about what's happened to them. So these
I thought you were just
cases are
talking about,
very underreported of
right.
women hitting men, I
But
think.
also, I think it's easier to just brush your shoulder off for it too. Like, man, she's just being crazy. As far as like
Yep.
physical assault goes, like slapping around and getting hit, like, and you're just like, stop, stop, stop. Like
They get hall
you're like, I'm not
passes.
going to go and call the cops for that. But on the flip side, if a man's doing that to a woman, somebody should call the cops.
Right. And but that so that even draws it into the whole back to the sexual stuff that I'm sure a lot of cases where women sexually harass or get out of line, it doesn't get reported either because the guys are like, nobody got hurt. Just let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she,
What do you think?
you know,
I'm I will never. I think all reports of male on female like assault and stuff should be reported. But is that sexist of me because I'm like, I personally don't care if I got assaulted by, depending on what kind of assault it was. Like, I don't care. Like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, I know not to
no,
deal with you anymore because you're crazy.
but is that if you allow people to get away with something like that, you're enabling them to do it in the future or do other things to other
Yeah,
people.
that's true too.
Like if
Yeah.
she's gonna hit you and be physically violent to you, what else is she gonna do? She exercises no self control. She's trying to hurt you because she's angry and she wants you to be, she wants physical retaliation. She could poison you. She could do something to somebody else.
Okay. Yeah. But you're certainly not going to be with that person or shouldn't be with that person any longer after you get to some sort of physical
Right.
altercation.
So it does go on the other person too. But, people stay in relationships all the time that are abusive.
Oh, yeah.
So
And I'm just talking generalization. Like, typically, a guy is gonna just be like, "Whatever, like,
I
go
wonder how
away."
many of those women who were sexually abusing their students were doing shit at
Sexually
home to their
abused.
husbands
Oh,
or physically abusive or things that their husband was like, whatever, she's just she can't hurt a fly, just letting her get away with it. Like
that's a good
afterwards, you
point
look
too.
at it and you go,
I
wow,
should have said something, yeah. Except
yeah,
for the
like she
guy
was out
that
of control.
okay, it's a little different conversation. Imagine that guy where his wife is the teacher, fucking teenage boys. What is he feeling? He emasculated.
Yeah, if it's me, if I'm role playing and I'm thinking that I'm the husband and I find out that my wife was having sex with her students, I'd be
You're
like
disgusted,
done
right?
immediately. I'd be like, for the streets, out. That's it.
Yeah. I'd be
Immediately.
totally disgusted.
I don't even know if I would be emasculated at that point. It'd be like, thanks. You make it easy for me to
I get
realize that I don't want anything to do with you.
yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's
You
not
could
even a
feel
questionable thing at that point.
it'd be more a matter of being emasculated if you were like, "We'll make it work."
Yeah, exactly. If you were such a bitch that you tried to stay in that relationship. No, I think that in any situations, that would be the easiest one that's cut and dry, like, well, you have no respect for me. This is done. And even if you do
Also,
have respect for me, you're a
a
child
pervert.
molester.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and I know somebody who was, just to kind of hammer home the point that this does. I think I have a theory that this happens quite a bit, and I know somebody who was molested when he was 12 or 11 or 12 by a grown-up woman who did that to him. Same kind of deal. She
That's
like
pretty
took him in
young.
the back of a car and, well, what do you mean that's pretty young? Yeah.
Well, what I mean is at 11 or 12, you're not the teenage boy that's like, "This is amazing, this is cool." To where when you're 15, 16, 17 years old and the hot teacher wants to do something, you're like, "This is amazing." Am I
I think you
right? Am
still
I
kind of
wrong?
No, you're right. I think at any age as a guy, you could trick yourself into thinking that you won that situation. And then if you get older or you look at it from the proper perspective, you'll see that you didn't win because you are not the
In
party in
control.
control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
But I
it
don't
couldn't be mutual.
I still don't think, like you had said, like, it's not gonna be when you're a 15, 16, 17-year-old boy, it's not gonna be traumatic, opposed to when you are 11 or 12, like, and you are maybe at 15, 16, 17, you think you're in control and you're like, "Yeah, this is dope," but then 11 or 12, you're not thinking about that, and you're
No,
like,
no,
"What's
no. You're
happening to
getting
me?"
preyed
And that
upon
can be
completely.
totally traumatic, yeah. A lot
I think
happens to a teenage boy between those
those
years.
women, I think I remember my friend telling me that she almost acted like she was doing him a favor, you know? They almost get that impression that, like, they're so coveted. Like you just told me about the girl that wanted to give you bomb sloppy head. They think it's a fucking form of payment. So that right there
Yeah, yeah.
fucks up the whole dichotomy. Because with the dude, it's like we're trying to sell our dick to a woman. Like, I'll give you access to half of my funds and you can live in my dope house and everything if you'll just let me put my dick in you. Please.
Yeah,
You're like trying to sell this big package and shoehorn your dick in there with it. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
dick
yeah, yeah.
isn't the crown jewel of the whole package, but with a woman, the pussy is the top of the bill, you know?
Yeah,
And so
I
they're like,
saw
they say, "What's my pussy worth?" You know, to you, and you're like, "It's worth half my assets. It's worth half my
yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah.
It's worth making my life a living hell for the rest of it." So they get the
It's
idea that the
funny.
pussy's worth a lot.
People make jokes about that a lot too because, I watched a satire video recently of, a couple, and it was Valentine's Day, and he's like, "Look what I got you," and he's like, "Gift, gift, 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 gift," and he's like, "What'd you get me?" She goes, "Oh, you just wait till tonight, you're gonna get some," and he's like, "Get off of me. I don't want that. I get that on
Yeah,
whenever I get that all the time. Like, I want gifts. I want a teddy
you
bear. I want
cheap
chocolates."
ass bitch. Yeah, exactly. And it's because it's true. So I think that the women think that that's the difference of the perspectives when they come into these situations. Is a woman's like, "I'm gonna blow your little mind. You're gonna be so happy and grateful that I gave this to you." You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah, yeah.
perspective where it's like I'm bestowing you with this gift, and a guy's
Yeah.
like, "Here's my gross old shriveled dick. I'm sorry.
I'm
You know, I'll
sorry.
make it quick. Like, I'm sorry. I'm a scumbag." You know, it's just different, man. And so
It is different.
it's
And I
totally
think
different.
that aligns a lot with some of the consequences or the judgments that we have. It all kind of aligns that way. Interesting.
And elaborate. What are you saying?
Like, they have, like, this entitlement, but then we also do things like, "Oh, it's okay," like, "She's going through a hard time," like, it's just very much more soft,
Yeah. Sometimes you just
living
gotta,
or consequences or does that make sense?
yeah.
I gotta get
Sometimes you just gotta grab them by the shoulders and say, I value your pussy. Just want you to know." Like that's basically what it is. It's like letting them know that you treasure their pussy. Um,
But no, I disagree because then it's like, that's all you have to give and what I want from you. That's what that sounds like.
no, but if you neglect that, then they're gonna be like, "Well, you don't like my pussy?"
Oh, of
Have you
course,
ever
yeah.
been in that situation before?
No, no.
Yeah, that's not a situation you want to be. You can give a woman everything in the world, but if you don't reassure her that that you still want that, you bet your relationship's done, man.
That could kind of go both ways, though.
Oh, absolutely. But men are
Yeah,
very outright with it. They're like, you need to like,
that's very true.
when men will walk in and put their dick in a woman's face because it's out and it gets big when you want it to be seen, and so it's a different thing. A woman's
Yeah,
is like just a little, thing, and
yeah. That doesn't change when they're turned on. Oh, visually,
no,
anyway.
no, exactly. It's not as outgoing. A man's like, "Meow," and it's there. It's
That made me
in
think of
your
that
in your business.
picture you sent me one time of
What the
somebody
fuck?
we know.
Oh, not of me.
Just let me finish my thought of somebody that we know that accidentally posted a picture in
Of
a like a
themselves
montage
next
of
to
photos.
a shriveled dick. It wasn't even a hard dick. It was like a half hard dick. It was like he was
It's
trying to
like
coax her
who's
into doing
surprising
something
who?
with it. It's like he had it and it was good at one point. It was out and big, and then she was like, "No, no, I don't know." And he's like, "Come on!" And it started to
And she's like,
deflate.
fine.
Yeah, and he said, "At least let me take a picture of your face next
And
to
she
it." So
goes, I look so good in this photo. Let me
yeah,
post
she
it.
forgot your fucking dick was there. How embarrassing! How embarrassing that
That
she
was
posts
amazing.
it, and the sole focus from her was how pretty she looked, and not your shrivel fucking dick in the corner. She didn't even see it, didn't even acknowledge it. Like the natives when Columbus appeared over the horizon, she couldn't even see it because she was
Oh
like,
my gosh. She's like, I look so pretty. This is my angle.
"Yeah, why am I glowing in this picture?"
How did you capture this? Let's get more of these. Okay.
What a weird situation.
Hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, yep. So yeah, that kind of I think that kind of hammers down a bit of it is that men foist their penis upon women and try to do this elaborate dance to prove to a woman that she should receive his offerings, and
Look
a
at birds.
woman does not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was birds like this. Da,
Oh,
da,
did you say
da, da,
that?
da, 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 da. I said an elaborate dance, but I was thinking like the mating rituals of
Oh, yeah, that's what made me
those
think of it, yeah.
colorful birds that fan out their
Yeah.
feathers, and they're like, "Ah," and they'll like the dudes
The
will
males
fight
are
with
all
each other.
yeah, and they're always the more better looking bird, the
Yeah,
males.
they're like you're like that's a handsome bird, and it's just as a slight side note, we got in this habit in our society of shaming men for doing what you observe in nature. Like when a man acts too confident or starts to peacock or act like he's all that, we got in this habit of women or people being like, "Quit acting so cocky. Don't do that. What are you doing? Quit being, quit." It's like this is
That's
a
toxic
natural thing.
masculinity, yeah.
Yeah, if that's not what a man is, then what is a man? That is what drives men to go into the UFC, I would imagine. I mean, there's more to it, but to beat the living shit out of each other for glory in some instinctual way, it's all tied back to the idea of being like the most desirable mate, I think. We all do our best dance, right?
Even females do. We just do it differently because think of like a scenario you got in an argument with somebody because we all do that, like, oh, I should have done this. And a lot of guys are like, maybe I should have just thrown down and beat his ass. But then a lady's like, maybe I should have argued this and said this. But they're like, I'm going to talk about it and we're going to be physical about it.
Mm. Well, it kind of isn't my point, right? Because we're talking about
Well,
like
I was just trying to think
the
of the
mating
differences
ritual.
while you went into UFC. So
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Um, no, but okay, so you mentioned women do a mating. I got a little sidetracked. You were thinking, do you think women do a mating ritual as well?
I wasn't going down there, but I don't think so. I think it's more like, hey, if I want it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I think they're born. I think they're a kind of a lot of times born with the assets that they need show to show their value. It just kind of is like
Yeah, and
it's just kind of
if you're just
it's
talking
a
physically wise?
yeah, but that's like the highest like that's what a lot of men use for their marker of like what they look for in a mate is like physical beauty. Like if
Well,
a
if there
chick's
isn't a
cool
balance
and she's
between the 2,
hot,
you're not gonna be happy, I think.
no, no, no. But but the bar for women to be funny and things like that is so low
Mm.
if they're attractive.
Ye Yeah, but I can't I'm not dealing with no dumb bitch, dude.
Yeah.
I think being dumb is the most unattractive thing to me.
Mhm. I agree with that. I agree with that. Well, you have a good set of priorities, I think, for your potential mate. But okay, so women getting away with bad stuff. Maybe we can like drive this point home and then do the wheel. We'd have
Okay.
like another 10 minutes here for this point. So how
Okay,
can
what
we
do you got?
what can we do to kind of put a
Exclamation po put a stamp on it.
whatever you call it, yeah.
I don't know, I feel like we've definitely like, just gotta, like, sum it up. Um, the set of rules seem a little bit different, um, that's for sure. They're driven, what we said, essentially a little bit more by potentially intimacy opposed to men who are like, um, they're like, hormones and aggression or
Yeah.
domination, and then, you get a little bit more I don't the teachers get
It's
in
hard to
trouble.
make it's hard to make a judgment though. It's so hard to make a judgment cuz you see
Well, that's why we're
guys
not
who get
judges.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like that point that you just made where like where we said men are more driven by hormones and things like I do feel like in my soul that that's true, but at the same time I do feel like men get confused too and think that they're actually like really into the sometimes into the people that they're doing stuff with. Like they try to carry out real relationships sometimes. And it's like what are you doing? So I think
That
it happens to
contradicts what you
guys
kinda said
too.
earlier, though, as
I
far
know
as,
it
like,
does.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard
Oh, I
to
think there's probably a little bit of every scenario. But
yeah, it was just
then, the guy's definitely gonna get more in trouble, at least in the public eye, he looks more
Yeah.
disgusting than
Obviously,
a woman doing
society
it, yeah, yeah.
judges that the men more harshly. I think we can agree with
Correct,
that.
yeah. I
I think
think
it's
that's
hard to determine motive as far as women go. Um, like it's really hard. It's speculative at best to say that they're motivated by some kind of interest in emotional intimacy. It also makes you wonder how often the boys are pursuing the women. Like how many of these are
well,
like high
yeah,
school boys that are out there like really showboating for the girls
of
or in
course.
some way kind of preying upon the women a little bit.
I think that's way more believable than the alternative.
Like not preying on, but if you're constantly hammering on some chick and she doesn't actually find you unattractive, right? Like sh maybe the woman actually does think that the teenage
And
but
she
she
likes
knows
the
she shouldn't.
attention.
Yeah, but he keeps hammering, 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 like always flirting, always there, always around, and then at a certain point she drops her guard. Or, I don't know if that's the case though, but you know, you can
It just
imagine
We're
guys do
we're
stuff like
definitely
that.
all biologically different, and but I feel like we suffer consequences and punishments a little bit different, uh, and maybe that works to an extent when it comes to stuff. I don't know.
Do you think a woman should be locked up for as long as a man for doing that kind of stuff? What danger do you think she
That's such a good
poses to
question.
society? Yeah. You think she poses the same threats?
I don't think so. And because this goes down a little bit more with to biology for me, and to where a 17-year-old, 16, 17-year-old teenage boy is not gonna be forced into something, like,
Yeah,
physically.
good point. He can
Yeah.
always he can't claim he felt physically overpowered and couldn't
Right.
get out.
Maybe sometimes that's definitely potentially a case, but,
Rare though.
rare, yeah. And so then a young girl, 16, 17 years old, weighs 9,500 pounds max. And then
That's a
you have,
great point. That's a
yeah,
really, really solid point because even if in the moment she said she felt it was consensual, part of that could be stemming from an instinctual feeling of like, I don't have any alternative here. It muddies the waters a little bit.
sure, yeah, yeah. So and that's why we probably look at it differently because I just think a man or boy, it's easier for them to walk away and do the right thing, if you will, opposed to a younger girl, especially when you're talking about actual like rape.
Right,
But I
right,
also
right.
think but that's not also fair because to think about like what a male teacher would do to a young girl who he thinks is flirting with her, even if she's just trying, maybe she's just being sweet, maybe she's trying to up her grade just like a guy or something. But but he's gonna be like, oh, she wants this, and I'm gonna give it to her, and then there's nothing she can do about it. Opposed to a teenage boy, can be like, whoa, whoa, no, I don't want this. Get off of me.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have said no if she was a nasty, fat, ugly bitch,
Especially
right?
if she was trying to give bomb ass sloppy head.
Yeah, and she's some nasty fat teacher. She's not even gonna try with him because he's gonna be like, "Ew, no, get away from you, gross bitch!
This is
I'm
also
telling
a
everyone."
problem with, it's like the problem with like the Me Too movement stuff because a woman, let's say an adult college woman, is like, "Oh yeah, I told my teacher I'd give him some bomb sloppy head if he changed my grade from a C to a B." And then if she does provide that, later it could be kind of flipped to where it's like, oh, he said that he would do this, but only if I did that, and I felt like I had to because he was sitting there and he made me do it, to where that doesn't work for a guy.
Yeah, totally, totally, absolutely. Yep, and that makes me think of the large, like you pointed out, the larger point of like, I don't even want to talk about it because everyone does talk about like the Me Too thing and where can we draw the line with consent because men do physically overpower women. And I guess women can always kind of fall back on that claim to a point of like, I felt pressured. I didn't feel like I had any way out. He had a position of power or authority over me, and he was like the one who was instigating and all of that. Like,
Well, that's how they gain the power back.
yeah. But I think obviously when you're talking about minors and things like that, that is why those laws exist because it's like
Mm,
if you cross those boundaries, the law is there to take care of it. It's like
that's
doesn't
right.
matter what you thought, doesn't matter if she seemed like she was into it, doesn't matter. You used your position, you knew it wasn't okay. You used your position of power, and whatever happened after that is not legal. So we don't even need to talk about it. You know.
Yeah, and that's why the laws are good, I suppose.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go check on my soup that I'm making, and then come down and
Ooh.
do. Oh yeah, it's a good soup. It's the best thing I make, and I'm not a soup guy.
Yeah, all right. We'll go check
Yeah,
on your soup, and I'll see you in a
yeah, I'm
minute.
gonna do that, and then I'll grab the wheel.
All right, folks, let's spin the wheel of whatever.
Spin the free wheel, let's put our small top skill to the test. It's the whatever wheel. Whatever we'll talk about next.
What a limp-wristed spin.
Yeah, sports. That's why I did that.
Or is that really why you did that?
No,
You just kind of
I,
did this move.
my finger got kind of slipped off.
Oh, okay. Sports. Oh, this should be one I don't have anything to talk about.
Sports and routine.
Yeah,
That's pretty
okay.
good. I
Yeah.
think that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Even
does.
you can dabble into this.
A little bit. What do you got for me,
Uh, I mean,
Mister Sports?
just the most obvious point, which is if you want to be the best, you gotta practice and get in routine.
Tell me about Kobe.
Oh, you
Tell me
just
why
read
you.
my mind.
Tell me
Uh,
what a surprise. Tell me why you
I
love
never
Kobe
talk
so
about
much.
this.
Because yeah, for me when you talk about Kobe, I for me it's like sports figures are like, whatever. It's just Michael Jordan. He's just Michael Jordan. So when you say you like Kobe, I'm like, yeah, you like Kobe like I like Michael Jordan. He's just a sports guy. But then when you elaborate on it, I'm like, oh, and I start to get into it myself. I'm like, oh shit, okay, there's this like depth to it. So
Well, first off, he is known for, and this isn't something that he talks or brags about. This is what other players
well, he
talk
wouldn't
about.
because
Is
he's dead. But yeah,
he what?
he wouldn't talk about it because he's not here anymore. He's dead.
Low blow. I would smack you right now.
You're emotionally invested.
I'm not gonna cry.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No. So he is known for pretty much getting up at or starting his workouts at 3 a.m. by himself, or with a trainer, and then doing a full blown practice afterwards, because he would make sure he's got his workout in, and then people start showing up at 6 a.m. This dude's already got 1,000 shots up. He's already done his weights. He's already done his conditioning, and then he does a full blown out practice. And then he talk about how it's like he didn't sleep. It's kind of crazy because he'd call people, like he'd call Michael Jordan at like the middle of the night and be like, "Hey, how'd you do this move?" And da da da. 'Cause they talk about, especially Michael Jordan talks about how Kobe was like a little brother to him, and they were really close. Uh, but his routine was unlike anybody else's, and they talk about how he wasn't blessed with the same like body that Michael Jordan was, the same like attributes, and so they compare it to cars. Like if Michael Jordan's a Lamborghini, and then Kobe got some stock
RAV4.
car and as a body, and he pushed it harder harder than any Lamborghini would go, sort of thing.
So it's more
And
impressive
that's
than
why he was
Michael
so
Jordan
successful.
in a way.
It is more impressive when you think about his actual physical, his actual body. Yeah, it's way different. Like his hands are way smaller, so it was harder for him to grip the ball compared to like Michael and dunk the ball and stuff. But yeah, they have a whole term coined for him called the Mamba mentality, and they talk about his mentality of and his work ethic on how to be the best. And there's books about it, there's videos and shows about it.
So it's a legit practice.
Yeah, and of course, like my algorithm for like my TikTok, a lot of it is based off Kobe videos and stories of other players. He was also a huge asshole to his teammates because he expected everybody to work just as hard as him, and when they didn't, they were essentially coined like the laziest piece of shit.
So do you think that's okay?
I do in the sports world. Yeah.
It was easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think to an extent, like you got to recognize they're not going to be. And I think he did. He knew some people weren't going to be as talented as him. But if you don't put in the work, and that was more his thing, it was more of the actual work ethic and putting in that routine. If you're going to be the best that you can be, so when he saw people being lazy, it made him so mad.
So is that healthy? Is that kind of routine that he had? Is that a healthy way to be? Do you think that's
He's got
what
5
we should aspire
championships,
to?
so yeah. I
Well,
think
okay, he has
for
5
sports,
championships, but what cost to his
what to
did he
his
have?
coworkers?
No, not to his coworkers, to himself. Like, is it realistic? Is it that a realistic balance, or is that something we should all strive for? Is like being 100% invested in our careers like that, or was he 100% invested in his career? Like,
He was, as far as basketball wise, when he didn't get much. I mean, he was successful after basketball, but I think that work ethic and that routine moved into that world for him. But he was also still a very present and good father. That everyone attests to that too. Um, Good girl
is
dad.
this a
I
is
think he
this
was even like coaching his
obsessive?
daughter's team. Huh?
Would you call it obsession?
I'd call it obsession. Yeah.
Okay, obsession's not typically considered healthy. It's not a
Okay,
healthy
but
mental state.
when you're in the sports industry, right? Say you get drafted at 20, 15 years later, you're pretty much out of your prime,
So you got a
right?
short
So
period of time to just be obsessed.
to be the best,
Okay.
and then your point then is to win championships, not get all the records per se, but the goal of a sport is to win, right? And so as
Hmm.
you should be judged in the highest form is how many championships you've gotten. Um, more so if you're like the top dog, or if, because there's obviously players that were on a lot of teams that got a lot of championships, but they were like a bench player or something. Um, but what, but that's the point. The point is to win, and you have a very short window to win. So it's in your best interest, if you want to keep your job, uh, to have that obsession.
So does that sports routine translate to anything else besides sports? Can
I
you use
think
that
it does as
for
far
other
as a
stuff?
work ethic goes.
So do you think do you think that that level of intensity should be what we all aspire to, or just kind of adopting some of that
I-
idea?
I'd say some of it. It's a different world. You
Yeah.
know, what are you gonna do at 3 a.m. that's gonna make you better at your job?
Well, I mean, if I practiced my stuff at 3 a.m. every day, I probably would be much better than I am at it. I mean, just because you're
But
putting in
can you?
more hours. Can I?
How would yeah? Well, it's not
I
like
don't know.
you
I
can
can get
go
up and start
have
running
bookings.
around doing film stuff, and even if I didn't have bookings, I could do it myself. I mean, there is yeah, these kinds of people always make me feel like shit because it always does plant that seed in the back of your head where you're like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not even doing close to enough.
No, but you're also right in the fact that you probably sacrifice somewhere else, but also like a basketball season shorter than you and I go to work 5 days a week,
Yeah.
if not more, right? But
Yes.
it's an everyday thing for a shorter amount of time. So you better put in all that work to be the best in that shorter amount of time. I feel like if we were to be getting up at three, sleeping 3 or 4 hours, we also just don't have the resources to do it, the time or the money.
I think what this all points to for me, for like his routine and what his what not just him, but what the most accomplished people all have in common, like Michael Jordan and all of them, why you respect them is because no matter what they've done, like faults, like you said, he's an asshole or whatever, his like the things that he were bad about him, it's like you know what his goal was, and in that pursuit of that goal, he made no excuses for himself. And that no
Yeah.
excuses part is the thing I think that really people aspire to, because all of us make excuses for ourselves, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm too tired. That's gotta be the
Exactly.
biggest one. I'm too
And
tired.
Kobe would be sitting, if Kobe was here sitting in the corner of your room when you're saying that, he'd be like, no, you fucking not. I was way more
Yeah,
tired than you, bitch. Get
yeah.
up,
Every
do it.
once in a while, I have thoughts like that too.
I know you
I
have
really do.
more in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's why the figure is so elusive to you, because it's what you aspire towards, not what you are, but you want to
Right.
be like that,
But
and
isn't
that's why
that
you have that.
yeah, and that's gonna push you a little bit further.
Yeah,
Another thing I was just thinking about was he would go as far as learning new languages so that he could trash talk to players that didn't speak or that spoke different
yeah, that
languages.
is absolutely like obsessive and maybe
Is it?
possibly autistic.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But not like he just had so much swagger about him too. It was cool. Like
Mhm.
I think one of my favorite things is I think they were so in the playoffs you well in the later series you win best 4 out of 7. I think they were up 3-0 and Kobe's at the podium and they're interviewing him and he's like straight faced. And they're like, "You're up 3-0. Aren't you happy? Aren't you excited?" He's like, "What's to be excited about?" They're like, "Well, you're up 3-0 and you only got one." He's like, "Job's not finished. Job's not finished." And he wasn't happy because the job wasn't finished. I love that idea too.
Explain. What do you love about it?
I I love that you can't celebrate just because you're close. You can You can maybe internally mentally, but as soon as you start to celebrate that, you're gonna soften up a little bit. And if you soften up a little bit, you're gonna give somebody the possibility to beat your ass.
You think that's true?
I think that's 100% true.
Yeah.
When it comes to that stuff, not
And
like
in life in general? Like, give me an
no, that's
example.
different. No, I'm literally the example is sports and championships. In real
Oh,
life,
I mean, I
no,
think it's true.
I think
I mean, I think it's true. That's why I'm asking
it
you.
depends on the goal.
What
You
is
have
it? What does it mean to you in your like? What does it mean to you in your normal life? You know?
I guess it just means you just can't let up. You know, you just
Yeah.
can't get overly comfortable and just get stuck in a day-to-day rut maybe.
I mean, this. I know it's before Trump was our president. He wrote a book called The Art of the Deal, and in
Right.
The Art of the Deal, he made a point of saying that where he was broke for a period of time. And he talked about when he took his eye off the ball and he got soft and shit started falling apart. And when he made that determination in his head where he's like, I'm gonna fucking focus up again because he saw shit slipping just like what you're talking about. I think it absolutely translates to real life because we
Yeah.
do
If it just depends on
get
your goal, right? You gotta have a goal. And
yeah,
but
yeah.
at least for basketball, the goal is to win the championship, but then you have an off season, but then you don't let up, right? Then you go and you work on your body and you get
Yeah.
better
So
at the
when
things that
is
you
the
sucked
job
at.
finished? When
So
is the
when is the
job
job
finished?
finished? Yeah,
But
when
like you
you
said,
retire.
basketball, yes, you have a retirement, so you can. That's makes
But
sense
even
to me
then,
because
he didn't stop. Like, what is it? He got a what is it called? Is it an Oscar? I'm not very good at these things. An Emmy. So
yeah,
I
it's
think
an
Kobe
Oscar.
got
You said the
an
Oscar, the short film Oscar,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and Michael Jordan, famously after basketball tried to do baseball and
He
all
did
that
baseball
stuff.
and then
Like,
went back to basketball.
yeah, so I think
Yeah,
these guys don't know how to they don't know how to shut it
just
off after
stop.
they
Yeah,
spend so
yeah.
long doing that.
And now
So
Michael Jordan spent. I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of business deals,
now
but
he's grabbing
it's
little
like that
kids' butts and
interest has just
everything.
worked up so much for him that it doesn't really matter. But he's plays golf all the time. And every time he plays, he's like betting money. Like he just has to win. He's got to win.
Yeah, sounds like a terrible person to have to be around, but it's worked out
Potentially,
pretty well for him.
potentially.
Oh, I
It just
would
depends if
imagine
you
it's
can separate
miserable.
that from your family life and
Well, that's what
your
it'd always be like. What are we doing right now, Mike? Are we
I know,
in a
I would be
competition?
like, yeah,
Can't play
yeah,
fucking Scrabble with Mike because he's trying to fuck it. He's gonna
yeah,
like
put
flip the
money
board
on it.
over if he loses. Yeah,
I think it's potentially more maybe not, but physical competition stuff, but
it's
I
an
don't know.
old school mentality. But that idea of well, I don't even remember the stupid saying but it gets said all the time where it's like the hard men create soft times, blah blah blah, and then the soft men create. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do
It's
know
like
what
a
you're
cycle.
saying.
I don't even need to say it because everyone knows what I'm talking about. But
Yeah, yeah.
that idea of when you take your eye off the ball, shit starts to fall apart,
Yep.
turns into Sodom
That's
and
why
Gomorrah.
that's literally a sports analogy that applies day to day.
It goes out into the real world. We have soft ass
So yeah,
motherfuckers
you're
without
absolutely right.
goals.
If we have uh and then it takes what 2 to 3 weeks to make a habit, and so that habit becomes your routine. And so if we could just sacrifice 2 to 3 weeks of doing something that we know is going to benefit us, that's going to become a day to day thing, and we're going to become a better person.
Yeah, absolutely. You've done the research, huh?
But as long as
Thought of,
wow,
you thought about
just
this a little bit.
well, I've just seen a lot of videos and read a lot of books, but it's like Jordan
Motivational.
Peterson's 12 rules to living your life. You know, it's like such simple things that he explains, and it's like yeah, I'd probably feel so much better if I just lived by these rules.
Right. So, but Jordan Peterson thing is a set of rules, and the
The rules
Mamba.
become routine, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the Mamba mentality, there's more than just the rules. There's the
That's true.
figure behind it where you're holding yourself accountable to almost to Kobe himself. I mean, do you feel like I guess maybe it is the same because maybe through watching him so much, you kind of absorb his values. So you know what his rules are. You just kind of you try to embody
Yeah, but it
those,
doesn't mean I could do it. I mean,
Do you feel, yeah.
here's okay. I wouldn't know. There's no monetary value to a championship per se for people like that. So, and for us, our goal is to make money to live an easier life. So maybe that's it. An easier life is my championship. But I'm not getting up at 3 in the morning to figure out new marketing idea. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. I'm not going to sacrifice the way he did, but again, he's only had a short amount of time to do it, and then he
Yeah,
had a legacy to build. I have probably a little bit more time to put my stamp on the world.
that idea of, that idea that, so I feel like when we were younger, there was an idea that, people were just born with a certain talent. It was more common, I feel like, when we were younger. Like, you're
Sure.
just born with either have it or you don't have it, and it's like, then you actually study some of these people, and you're like, maybe to a certain degree, it's you have it naturally, but then there's also the work component where you can make it
Outwork
if you
somebody
put
else's
in.
talent. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But then you also do see those people, and I see it with art all the time, where someone who's never done something before will be like, "Hey, they're just are naturally artistic, and they're like, let me take a crack at it," or something. Like you see it with photography. They never do photos, but they're like, "Let me snap a couple shots, boom, boom, boom," and you look at it, and you're like, "I've been shooting for years, and I couldn't do that. What the fuck?" And it's just
That's
there's
true.
just something, and it
So
doesn't
then
matter
you
what
got to put
time
in
they
that
wake up.
time.
It
Well,
doesn't matter
that's why
what time
you
they
need the
wake up.
Mamba mentality.
Well, I think for certain things, and with art, it may be a little different. Yeah, I don't know, man. With art, there's an aspect of like sometimes fucking people who sleep in and like make shit easier for themselves so that they can focus on, other focus on those other aspects. I just don't think there's a one size fits all rule book for everything.
Agreed. Yeah. Somebody could have more talent than you, but if you're gonna work harder than them, you're probably gonna surpass them.
Probably. I've
I
absolutely
I
seen
think
that with
so.
people.
Yeah.
I've absolutely seen that with people with video who have just like the amount of talent they have accrued in a short period of time because they just went out and they just studied bare bones, like studying online YouTube, watching the videos, trying to repeat what they see, and then pretty soon they're making shit that's like awesome, so
Yeah, and
it
then when you ask
definitely,
them, they're like, "How did you do this?" They're like, "I don't know. I just did what I was supposed to do. I just worked at it."
yeah.
And you're like, "God, they must have worked really freaking hard."
Yeah, there's no magic to it, man. There's not as much magic to it as people
Yeah,
like to
there's magic to it, but hard work can probably beat out the magic.
you gotta be ready and working hard and primed for battle. You gotta have your spear and your shield and fucking sitting on the ready to jump for when there's that moment, like you said, where it doesn't happen often, but you'll get a couple moments in your life where things line up, and it's like you get presented with a once in a lifetime opportunity. And if you were the guy who's trained up and ready to jump, I've been in this situation myself. I've had a couple once in a lifetime opportunities that I've let slip through my fingers because I was fucking fat and not ready for battle, and I just missed the window. And it's happened. I think that happens to people all the time. But if you're ready,
But it makes you ready for the next one.
yeah, and
If
but
if you're gonna yeah, go ahead.
if you're ready, exactly, if you're ready and you're also lucky, because even if you take a swing at it and you're ready and you have everything on your end prepared and you're like, all right, and you jump, still might not get it,
Yeah,
you know?
100% true.
Life, man, life or whatever. The name of the
Yeah, or
podcast.
whatever. Did you say
Whatever this
stupid
thing is.
podcast?
No, I said this is the name of the podcast. I didn't
Oh,
say
I thought you
stupid,
were
but
like,
I'm not being derogatory
stupid.
about our podcast. No, I think this is a really good
Uh,
episode. Sports routines. I think you knocked it out of the park. I don't got anything.
You're a
The
great
only thing I do
interviewer.
is
I bet
I
there's
play
so much more I
racquetball.
could say.
Play
Dude, I love
racquetball.
racquetball.
Yeah, I do
You
too.
play racquetball?
I do. Play with Hannah,
It
who
is.
doesn't like to follow the rules, and I'm like, I don't
Dude,
like
I
it.
can't do that. Can't do
Because
that.
she's like, I don't care if it only bounces one time. We're just having fun. And I'm like, I want to play the fucking game. I don't want the ball just
Yeah,
bouncing
because
around
when you
everywhere.
start beating me because we're just having fun, I'm gonna start taking it seriously,
Well, it's because she
and
can't.
then you're gonna get mad.
She can't hit the ball off of one bounce a lot of times. So there are like back and forth is very like short, you know?
Yeah,
So she needs
dude,
the extra bounces.
it is low key one of the most exhausting
Addictive.
sports I've ever done.
So addictive.
Oh, super
Just
addictive.
want to keep going, man. Wow.
Well, I would love to play more. I mean, I haven't played since I left Alaska.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
It's a good
really
game.
I think there might be somewhere around this new place, but it's hard to find. It was easy to find in Alaska, places to play. It's hard to find here.
I'm going to do one more thing here before we hang up the podcast.
Okay. What, are you trying to look up spots for me to go?
No.
No.
I'm looking up Katy Perry's workout routine so I can bring everything full circle. We s- we started talking about Katy Perry. We ended talking about sports routines. Here's
She
Katy
just
Perry's.
floats
I
in the
want to
air
see
like a
if.
plastic bag.
Oh, that's funny. I want to see if she's got the Mamba mentality or if she's a lazy bitch because she's been pretty successful. Katy Perry maintains her fitness by training 5 times a week, focusing on strength training, hiking, and masked cardio. So she dances or plays pickleball. So she does cardio by having fun.
Yeah, but that's just
Staying
because
tape
it's
for
part of
nature.
her industry to stay fit and attractive. Not that she's very attractive, to be honest.
Despite admitting to hating traditional gym workouts, she incorporates weightlifting and, when preparing for shows, adheres to structured routine to maintain
That's
stamina.
just
She
based
joked
on things she said. Who knows what she actually does?
Katie has joked that her routine often starts with her being half late to the gym. Not surprised.
That's not no mama mentality right there.
Ha- this is all checking out for me with Katy Perry. She's the chick that shows up late. She's like, "Sorry, want to play some pickleball?" It's like,
Yep.
yeah. Then I'm gonna
Ugh,
rub my
I hate
cooch
when
in your
people are late.
face.
Yep.
Late. She's like, I'll just wear never mind. Yeah, I'll just wear some slutty shit and it's fine.
And everybody will be happy.
Yeah, I'll just wear slutty shit. Nobody will notice that I'm out of shape. Anyways, yeah. All right. Full circle.
Well, real quick, just her and Katy Perry, her and Britney Spears played really stupid characters in How I Met Your Mother, like mentally stupid, like really dumb people. But I think
Really?
that's just how they are, and
You
that's
think
why they
Britney
were able to
Spears is
pull it off.
stupid too?
Yeah, I think she's very dumb.
I've worked with people who worked with Britney Spears, and they said that she's like a kid. They said even because they
Yeah.
worked with her when she was older after her heyday, but she was like flirting like a young girl, even though she was in her like whatever, she's in her 40s, and like she was
Yeah.
rubbing up on the guys and being like really silly
Yeah,
and
she
stuff,
just
and everybody is
posted
kind
some
of like,
more weird videos. Like
yeah,
at
everybody is kind of like,
40.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Too bad. I remember when Katy Perry first came out and she did something where she had like cupcakes on her boobs. Do you remember that?
No, the thing I think of when she first came out was like I kissed a girl and I liked it. Wasn't that her?
Yeah. Yep. Katy Perry, here she is. Yeah. I used to think she was super cute, actually. But then the more I saw of her, the
I think
less I thought that.
California Girls.
Yeah.
That's the bra.
Yep.
Yeah, I think just okay. Let's bring that back. It came back to when I like, if you're not smart, you're not attractive to me. If you're dumb, you're not attractive to me. And so when I could see her just being like pretty dumb, that makes her super unattractive to me.
Just an attention whore, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And she's
She's an
probably always
attention
gotten
whore.
what she's wanted.
It's probably why she rubbed her pussy in that girl's face. Attention whore.
Yeah.
That's why you
true.
do shit like that. I doubt I doubt the intention was it wasn't sexual. It was like, let me be annoying.
Or
to-
maybe
it
it
was like
was because Ruby Rose is a lesbian. She's like, I bet you want me. Here, have it.
yeah, but from her end of things, it was like maybe she wasn't getting as much attention as she wanted or something like that. She seems like the kind of
Maybe
girl
true.
who would.
Well, again, like if you're a
Dude,
lesbian,
why would
you
she
should
be with
attracted to me.
Trudeau? Why would she be with Trudeau?
I don't know.
Attention.
That's a great question. Yeah, yeah, worldwide attention. That's why she went to space.
Yep.
That's why she's an astronaut now.
Fuck Katy Perry. I'm
Boom.
with Ruby Rose on this one.
Yep, I like her. Let's go.
Team Ruby Rose. All right.
Team Rose.
Team Rose. All right, man. Good cast.
Yeah, it was great. Talk to you
All
soon.
right. Later.
Bye.